Let's go over radian measure angles. First thing we have to realize is that the circumference of a unit circle is, of course, 2 pi r for any circle, but the radius is 1 on a unit circle. So circumference of a unit circle is 2 pi. So it's 2 pi radians around the circle. So here is 0 radians. Halfway around is pi radians. All the way around back is 2 pi. In fact, any even multiple of pi terminates at the 0. And over here, any odd multiple, which is 2k plus 1, pi terminates at the 180. So just for reference, 180 degrees is coterminal to pi, and 0 degrees is coterminal to 0 radians. Then we cut half of the circle into fourths. So we have 1/4 of pi terminates here. So that's a pi over 4 terminating angle. It's coterminal to 45 degrees. You go another 1/4 of a pi. It comes to here. That's 2/4 pi, which is reduces to pi over 2, which is coterminal to 90 degrees straight up. Then you go another pi over 4 to here. So that's 3 pi over 4. And then coming down to here, that's 4 pi over 4, which is pi. Then coming down another pi over 4, that's 5 pi over 4. Coming another pi over 4, that's 6 pi over 4, which equals 3 pi over 2, which is coterminal to 270 degrees. And the 5 pi over 4 was coterminal to 45, so that's 225 degrees. The 3 pi over 4 was coterminal to 135 degrees. Then coming another pi over 4 up to here, that's going to be 7 pi over 4, coterminal to 315 degrees. And then the full circle, that's 8 pi over 4, which is 2 pi, which is coterminal back to 0. So that is the force, or the along with the 0 pi, 0, 180 degrees, 90 degrees, 270. Then over on this circle on the right, we're going to go over the pi over 6s. So this again is 0 radians, and this is pi, divided up into 6 equal divisions. So this one is 1 pi over 6, which is coterminal 30 degrees. Another pi over 6 gets you to here. That's 2 pi over 6, which is equal to pi over 3, coterminal to 60 degrees. Go another pi over 6, that's 3 pi over 6, which reduces to pi over 2, which is 90 degrees. Go another sixth, that's 4 pi over 6, which is 2 pi over 3, coterminal to 120 degrees. Go another pi over 6. That's 5 pi over 6. That's coterminal to 150 degrees. Go another pi over 6. That's 6 pi over 6, which is pi, coterminal to 180. Keep on going. 6 pi over 6, 7 pi over 6, coterminal to 210 degrees. Go another pi over 6. That's 8 pi over 6, which is equal to 4 pi over 3, which is coterminal to 240 degrees. Go another pi over 6 to 9 pi over 6, which is 3 pi over 2, coterminal to 270 degrees. Go another pi over 6, that's 10 pi over 6, which is equal to 5 pi over 3, which is coterminal to 300 degrees. Go another pi over 6 to 11 pi over 6, coterminal to 330 degrees. Go another pi over 6 to 12 pi over 6, which is 2 pi, coterminal to 0 and 0 degrees. So that's the story behind all the what we call nice angles of the 45, 90, the 60, 30 type of terminating angles in their radian form.